All right, whose hair do you like better, me or Tuchman? I'm trying to up the ante here, but Tuchman, how are you? Thanks for joining me on a Wednesday.
On a Wednesday, good to be here. Thank you.
Okay, so what's the gossip?
So let's just look at the week, right? We're seeing these huge moves, up thousands of points, up down thousands of points. The market is really wrapped around headlines, whether we're going to trade war with China, whether we're pulling back on the China thing, whether Larry Kudlow is offering some transparency to what's going on or interpretation of what's happening in Washington. People are believing it or not. I try to figure out when I see markets move radically intraday, what caused it. Is it a headline? Is it a fundamental? What's going on? And we saw that when the attacks on Amazon came out of the White House, that really dragged the market down, right? It not only dragged Amazon down, but the market per se. And you could virtually track the market trading. There was a day that we were down big. A blurb came out at 1:30. That said White House will not take action against Amazon, and the market rallied back. So that confirmed to me that we were in an Amazon focus mode. Well, now we're in a Facebook focus mode. Mr. Zuckerberg is being interviewed by a lot of age-old congressmen and congresswomen. I don't know if they know what the internet is. I don't really want to dog them too much, but we're seeing the market sort of was down earlier this morning. It did rally back. I think it's a Syrian focus fears this morning. That's kind of, if you look at the oil up big trade and the market down big trade, that could be where that's coming from. It seemed like a Syrian focus. It rallied back. But since a few minutes before we started talking, market sold off hard. And as I sort of tried to check into it, it was in concert with Facebook trading down. A couple dollar move in Facebook could get people to trade the S&P, could trade the market, and Facebook could trade the market down easy.
Oh, sure. And we are seeing a little run into gold and into bonds, just a little bit. But you know what, Peter?
That's a flight to safety type trade when you're seeing a fragile market down 200.
Now we have earnings this week. We have the banks. Do you think that we're going to see any kind of run up, as we are expecting some really awesome news for them? Do you think people are going to get into the market so they can, make that trade?
Okay, so look, if people's focus can get away from the headlines and the geopolitical news and the China and the Trump and all that, and get back to the focus on the earnings season, I think we're going to, I don't know if it's going to be less volatile. I don't know if we're going to have stabilization, but you're going to have a lot of interest in that trade. Normally, we've seen over the last few quarters that the financials have been really outperforming. It's like buy the rumor, sell the news type thing. And then when they've been reporting good earnings, they've been selling off. We have the financials here a little bit weaker over the sell-off since February, and with projected really great bank earnings from what I've heard. So my gut is that people are afraid that the financials are trading with the volatility of a headline-driven market. I think once we get a little teeth into earnings and they look as good as people are thinking they are, they're going to be buying them. And I think that's going to rally the market back.
All right, cool. So in the meantime, we don't know what's going to happen until then.
In the meantime, be nimble, have a smoke and a pancake, and don't worry about it so much. If you're an investor, stay in. It really feels that way. Because if you're watching it, you're going to go crazy. If you don't like the weather, just wait a minute, because you got one day down 1,000, up next day up 1,000. And if you're a trader, just be nimble, be flexible, take profits. Don't sit around and wait for unacceptable losses.
Look at Peter just breaking the fourth wall on us.
Giddy up on that.
Thank you so much, Peter. You have a wonderful day.